How are we doing? How are we doing? Hopefully, you're all doing fantastic. I've had an eventful week, to say the least. A lot of different things. I think you guys might be interested in hearing some of the updates on it. So, we're going to talk about all that. As always, if you have any questions and things that you want to cover, happy to discuss those as well. We can always pop open some dev environments and play around and different things like that. Check out different tools. But like I said, I've had an eventful week, so I've got an agenda. You guys let me know what you think. But welcome back. We're here every Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern. I thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much. Let me know if you can hear me and see me, all that good stuff, and we'll dive right into it. Let me know where you're at in the world, watching in from, all that jazz. Curtis, what's up, brother? Thank you so much for being here. One random thing that I can tell you guys as we get started here is I try not to consume that much social media, obviously like a lot of WordPress stuff over the last year or so, but not like, just random other things. I do get bogged down though from time to time and like pulled into the rain, that like the whole endless scrolling thing with whether it's Facebook or even like YouTube Shorts or whatever, because it's just too damn addicting and they know what you like. Don't have TikTok on my phone anymore though. I deleted that a long time ago. But um randomly, I don't know how it happened. I don't know how they targeted me for this. I started getting um, card magic on my algorithm, and I've just been shuffling and picked up a couple packs of cards and like just shuffling and doing random magic tricks as I sit here at my desk for the last week. So yeah, I'm basically a magician now. So no, not really, but that's actually a really fun thing, at least for me. I don't know if other people like that, but just kind of like I've never played cards. I've never like actually done any stuff like that, but like very like beginner sleight of hand and just like mathematical tricks. Kind of interesting, So but yeah, just a random thing. Thought you guys might enjoy that. It's kind of funny. But Tudor, what's up? Didn't catch the lives for all. Yeah, I appreciate you being here, brother. Yeah, I know everybody is busy, especially this time of year too. Obviously, we're getting close to the Christmas season. There's a lot going on. A lot going on. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Audio, video, crispy. Love that. San Diego, what's up, Nomad? Nice, nice, nice. Um, no way you just brought your deck to stream. Yeah, well, they just sit on my desk now. Yeah, I've like 4 decks of cards here, just sitting. Yeah, yeah. I want to be a magician when you're a kid. Yeah, and that's. I don't know if I ever even had that. Well, I did have like a random ass little magic set thing with like one of those little thumbs you put on and like it lights up when you click it. I don't know, just funny stuff. But yeah, card magic. That's one of our random things that we're into right now. Okay, I have a lot of things that I want to cover. It's kind of a hodgepodge, but it's all related to kind of what I'm thinking about, probably what you guys are thinking about, and everything like that. Super quick announcements, I guess, right off the bat. If you look at this video, if you look, depending on what device you're on, if you're on, I guess, like desktop, right below the video, there is a join button. If you ever want to join this channel and become a member, I started that up just because YouTube nags me to do it. And I think it's a pretty cool thing. So just a shameless plug here. If you click join on this for as little as $5 a month, you can get these cool emojis, priority comment replies, these little loyalty badges and everything like that. This is a pilot, okay? I got more ideas for this, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I really want to start some level of a community. I just haven't fully formulated that idea yet. So we're just kind of, you know, bringing that to the surface a little bit, but that's there for you. And I think if you scroll up in the chat, you might be able to see. There's a little bit of inception here. I don't know what is my keyboard. Did my keyboard turn off? What the fuck? I gotta fix that. But up here, like, there's little emojis that I just put of my face, which I could always add more of. So, random shameless plug there for that piece of it. I do think I need to fix my keyboard though, because for some reason now, now it's working. Okay, weird. I don't know. This keyboard has been lovely, but at the same time, there's been a lot of weirdness that has happened. So, anyway, quick announcement there. A couple other quick announcements, and then I want to dive into some things that we've done this past week. WP Townhall is tentatively scheduled to make a return in January. I know you guys have probably been just don't know what to do with yourselves. Now they haven't had me and Kevin talking on X and on YouTube here. But if you do want to be notified of that, make sure you're following me and Kevin on X, and then it'll also be on our YouTube channels. But yeah, we took a hiatus there just because obviously it's Christmas season and all that sort of stuff. Everybody's busy. January, the return, we were talking about it this morning. We have everything tentatively scheduled. I don't want to necessarily fully announce it yet, but it's coming back. Don't worry, hasn't gone anywhere. Stay tuned for that. That should be super exciting when that comes back. Switching over a little bit into the YouTube realm here. I used to do this a lot. I've done it less frequently now just because we've been talking about other things. Always a lot of good content here. I cannot go through every single one of these videos, but I do this for two reasons. One, I think it's kind of cool for you guys to maybe see, like, maybe some of these creators you don't follow, and you can just kind of take a quick peek and maybe find some people that you don't, again, you just don't follow. This is all like tech and WordPress based. How to make great websites, how to make money from it, that type of stuff. All these people are doing fantastic things. I want to just highlight a couple quick ones. This one, again, was another return of a series that maybe you guys haven't seen in a while. Maybe you guys have seen it at this point, but I wanted to highlight this because Brendan O'Connell and I nagged Matty Eastwood enough, and his and over the last few months and everything like that, we've been chatting. We brought back Bridge Builders, so that was another episode there with Dave Bloom and Maxime from Advanced Themer. Great episode. Super excited for just the continued developments of Advanced Themer. Can't speak. And then also Aviator, Dave Bloom's new page builder. Very interesting stuff there. 3 hours. I actually had to jump off like 2 hours in because I was recording a different podcast that you will see here very shortly. Yeah, so just a really good time. And yeah, super excited about that. And a bunch of other random things that I just really want to talk about, like the speed build with Maddie, or with Matt Mullenweg, and with Jessica from Grade. Obviously hosted by Jamie here. Like, I don't know, just very interesting. Very, very interesting situation there where Matt starts pulling up like ChatGPT to make stuff in Gutenberg. I'm all over the place here because I'm thinking about everything, because everything in my life just like is like a spider web. But that video that you guys probably saw me make here yesterday got an incredible. I want to do a whole thing on this, but it's gotten incredible feedback. I really appreciate all you guys. A lot of comments, people sharing the same sentiments, people giving like advice and stuff like that. It's actually ridiculous. I really appreciate it. But this is genuinely how I feel about all of this right now. And again, it changes, but it's kind of my current state of this, where I just see a bunch of AI. I see like where everything's going. I see the drama in WordPress. I see people already talking about all that, and it's like real concerns. And I don't think that we're talking about it like seriously enough. A lot of people are talking about it and covering it, but like, somebody like me, who I feel like I have a lot of time left, hopefully on this earth, and a lot of time left in this industry and just in general as my career. I don't want to like, I don't think I can like plan it all out by any means, but I also don't want to be like just completely kind of like wasting time anywhere. And I don't think that we're wasting time in WordPress. That's not what I mean. I just think that, I want to do the things that I want to do. I'll give you a perfect example. I gotta find the link to the video. But I got text messages after that video, and one of them was actually from Patrick Gallagher, and he sent me this video from Chris Dew. If you guys don't know who Chris Dew is, you should look him up. The Future. I'll see if I can find this video link real quick. It's like some sort of Japanese. It's some sort of Japanese concept here, where it's like finding. This really helped me, so I'm just trying to share it with you guys. Right here, I don't know how to pronounce that. Ikigai, I think. It's like, if you just look at this right here, it's like what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you get paid for. And where all those things meet is kind of like what you're supposed to do. So I'm just kind of in this situation. I think a lot of us might be. So those are the types of things that I'm trying to always think about. I don't think I've expressed it enough. Maybe you guys have seen it just come out of some of my content, but like, I really like the why questions. I like the philosophy stuff. I really love the psychology stuff, just like kind of like understanding why we're doing things, the best, like if there's any objectivity to things, like the better or best methods for different things. So yeah, just a lot of that. That's just who I am. Really hard to hide that. So that's where we're at. Let me jump back to the comments here. Where are we at? Tutor said clients have a bad habit of waking up from the dead around this time. That's true. That is very true. They're like, yeah, let's do something for the new year. Yeah, if you pay me. Awesome. If you ever want to get practice, I've got 3 videos on my channel. One is a card trick. That's amazing. I'm gonna have to check that out. What are the CPM and YouTube revenues so far? Approximately what percentage of it is from affiliate marketing, etc.? That's a great question that I'm happy to share because I'm extremely transparent about this type of shit because I was interested in YouTube when people couldn't talk about that stuff, when there was like machinima and all that other stuff. And I quite frankly am an open book. Let me pull some of that up just real quick. We can go over high level and if you have more specific questions. Transparently, I've made this is what YouTube says. I've made $125 estimated revenue in the last 28 days. So that's what it is. I will also give you guys transparently the like information about my channel. I've had this channel for a long time, but like the content currently right now on it only goes back like, maybe like a year and a half or so. And that's when I changed to like try to niche down in the WordPress thing. I did have other videos. Some of them kind of popped off. There's a couple about like crypto and stuff like that when I was experimenting with different things along those lines. So there's probably like a weird mix of subscribers too. Like I don't think all 5,000 of these subscribers are people just like you that were just WordPress. So that's another interesting phenomenon that probably helps and hurts me equally. So there's that. Let me see where I can find the quick CPM thing here, and then we'll continue to chat. I want to say it was like 120. Okay, the RPM, the revenue per 100K views, is currently last 28 days $10.67. So, some of you guys probably are not interested in that, but the thing is, like, in my opinion, that's important to know because it's important to understand that, like, I'm obviously like a small creator at this point, but like, even when you get bigger, like, the numbers aren't crazy big. Like, you have to actually get other things. And, again, I am experimenting other things. You've probably seen some like brand integrations on the channel to this point, like in the videos with different companies, because we got to make money doing this because this is not like, this is hopefully providing a lot of value to you guys. You can let me know, but also have to make money because you can't do all of this and build a ton of websites. It's just something that I'm learning, and maybe some other people can, but I like to sleep. I know there's some people in this community that are just absolutely monsters and machines, and I just am not at that level yet. I don't drink caffeine. Maybe that's it. I don't know. But yeah. Put a $2 option, and I'm on a support. I will put the $2 option in there. Thank you, Nomad. Appreciate it. Just check your website. You're living my teenage dream. Well, one of them to Nomad. I gotta check. We gotta check Nomad's website out here. You guys got number 2 in Monster Themes podcast. Yeah. So let's go over there real quick. Yeah, so I didn't want to go through every single one of these, but I got the email today that this was done. So I went through this in another live stream, and I showed like kind of who I was like just thinking about and voting for, all that sort of stuff. There's a ton. We'll go through them extremely quickly. Extremely surprised by this one, kind of. I don't know what else to say. Like I would never use Managed WP again. I used it. It was okay, but like I'm pretty sure it's not even. Isn't it changing to GoDaddy like Hub now? I mean, I use Main WP, Umbrella. I know the guys over there. It's solid. There's some other very interesting things in this sector kind of coming very soon. So I don't know. Shop Engine for WooCommerce plugins. I've never used Shop Engine in my life, so apparently it's great. People love it. That's awesome. This I'm not surprised by, but I think I probably voted for Crocoblock. ACF Pro is a monster, so that's always very good. What are some other ones? What one in forms? Metform. See, I don't know what that is. Like no shade thrown, but like I don't know what that is. Like this is crazy to me. Like I know a lot of people live and die by Gravity Forms. Obviously we're, a lot of us like WS Form, but like Gravity Form's been around for a long time. Like this is borderline, honestly, this is like borderline disrespectful. But like I mean, how is that even? I'm not saying these necessarily. It's cool. It's cool. Like I'm all for this. This is dope. I think this has a part, it has a part to play. It's just kind of crazy. Like where, like Gravity Forms obviously didn't say anything to their customers because like there's no way there was only 3%. Like again, I'm sure Metform is large in some pockets, but I haven't even heard of it. So, and I feel like I'm pretty deep into this shit. So I don't know. Builders, I saw Elementor one beat out Bricks. I wonder what happened there though, because I think Bricks won last year, right? I don't know. There was a couple of these, but interesting little thing there. YouTube channel, I saw Paul one. That was awesome. Yeah, good stuff here. Hopefully, I'm listed on this in the future. Perhaps that'd be great. Lot of people on this. That's interesting. Um, and WordPress podcast. So yeah, we got number 2 here. I know I shouted out. I don't think Kevin did. I think that was his experiment to not shout anything out. I appreciate you guys. If you voted for this, thank you so much. To take 2 after 5, 6 episodes or whatever, that's exciting. I mean, again, these are just kind of bragging rights and stuff like that. But yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Like I said, it's coming back. So I don't know. Set your reminders once we formally announce the date and time and everything like that. Let me go back here. Yeah, for sure. For such a new podcast, it's kind of insane. I agree, Tutor. I agree. Ulf, what's up from Hamburg, Germany? Nice, sweet. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Big BOC in the chat. What's up, my man? Thank you. Toby as well. Hello. Thank you. 10 RPM is good. I didn't even know that. That's good to know. I think that does heavily change depending on what you're talking about too. I think it's basically based on how much ad revenue you can, how like friendly ads are there, right? Like what kinds of people could advertise on your videos. Like if you were making finance content, I think that's big bucks. But yeah, isn't Kevin? Yes, Kevin is an animal. I don't know how he does it. I seriously have no idea. I tell him that all the time. Same, genuinely struggle. Elementor add-on. Okay, we're talking about that. These number 1 spots seem way off. Here's the thing. This is a really good thing, and it could probably segue into some other conversation. Is like this is the stuff that like I agree with that sentiment, but it's like I just think that like WordPress is so big. There's so many different pockets of it, and it's also like what we perceive versus what's kind of like going on like on the broader scope of things, and like who again, like I mean, if you had a large audience that actually like loves you, like you could just easily send out an email and just be like, hey, just go do this for me. It's free. Just do it. Like that's one of the reasons that I think it's so powerful to try to like just be authentic and be a person and create a community, because I'm sure that's what a lot of these companies have done in the past or now or whatever to just garnish like these awards types of things are not, again, they're not like, I don't think you're like winning anything necessarily for any of this, but it is kind of important in a way to just be like, dude, like perception is really powerful. You know what I mean? Like it's like perceived value of winning one of these things and then just saying, hey, we won. It's like that happens all the time. It's like, oh, you go into a website, it's like, oh, we've been featured in this, and this. It's like, yeah, I mean, how much of it did you pay to be in? How much of it did you like work to like kind of like scheme it a little bit to get in? I'm not throwing shade on any of this. I'm just saying the perspective or the actual reality of those situations, I feel like is often different than like what you kind of see. It's like, okay, if you actually, but like it's because it's these types of things are like just really, they're a popularity contest, but they're not even really. It's like who got enough people to go there. Again, I'm not saying it's a bad thing inherently. I'm saying that that's the reality of it. And it's very interesting when you break it down like that to actually then take that information when you go and look at the results and stuff like that. So, yeah, kind of interesting. Checked it out for the same reason. Yeah. Seems like a lot of Elementor users skewed the vote. Don't know if it's gonna happen every. Yeah, well, I don't know what they did this time. They were probably like, oh man, Bricks won last year. We should really tell our people about that. And then they have like a group of hundreds of thousands of people that could just jump in there. Yeah. Dan Foster, what's up? What's up? Hey, Mark, have you thought about niching down to even more something like WooCommerce, Elementor, or Gutenberg? Maybe that could increase your views. Yeah, I mean, I don't. I think it's a two. I think it's a two-way thing because I've niched down from like the random shit that I was talking about a few years ago to, which it wasn't like significant or like consistent at all. And then I decided to go all in on like WordPress stuff the last year and a half, and that has been great. The people in this community are fantastic. I'm so excited that I have met every single one of you guys, either like just virtually or in person, even at events. And we got a lot of events lined up for next year. Like this is gonna be really ridiculous. But I'm like, my problem is I think I want things too fast, so I need to be a little more patient. But at the same time, like the niching thing isn't a bad idea, although this goes back to the video again. If you haven't seen it, the last video on my channel about like, oh, I have to make this video. Like, I really do think I strongly believe, much to the chagrin of a lot of people in WordPress, that like WordPress needs to continue to evolve in a different way than it is currently, and they are taking steps. And when I say they, I just mean like everyone. Like I see the community shifting a little bit. Obviously, as we know, they just Automatic just acquired WPAI, James LePage. Super exciting stuff there. I think that's like a good step in the right direction. I'm literally thinking so more macro than even that though. Like I just see the AI shit and I'm just like, I can easily see how this goes from 0 to 100 in such a short amount of time that it's almost impossible to keep up with. And what I'm just thinking, this is again totally personally, is I don't want to get left behind in the wake of all that. I think that I am a critical enough thinker and I can be valuable enough in that realm to do something, to like create at least at minimum be able to use the tools, the AI tooling. At most, and more ideally, is be able to actually create some of that and be a part of that type of thing. And this is just, again, all me internally thinking about like how to continue to build influence, how to continue to build like ideas, just literally craft ideas for like a product, because I still don't have like any sort of a product necessarily to offer you guys, which other than just like knowledge and education and just experience of whatever that I have there. But yeah, those are literally all the things that go through my head, and I actually really enjoyed talking about this shit. It's just like, then I get back to the actual question here at hand. It's like, okay, do I want to go deeper into this? Because I absolutely could. I could just make like a ton of like SureCard videos, or a ton of, you know, I don't know, Elementor videos or Bricks videos or whatever. I could absolutely do that. I have all that knowledge, but I don't know. I mean, maybe I should just do it, I guess, but it doesn't feel right to me. It doesn't sit well with me. Like, I know I can do it. And we go back to that Venn diagram thing that I was showing you a little earlier. The link is somewhere in the chat if you weren't here for it, with Chris Dew. And I'm like, good at it, love it, get paid for it, and the world needs it. And it's like, I want to try to start living by that a little bit more, because that really resonated with me. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That's my thought process. But yeah, to to answer that much more concisely, definitely an approach. But I do think there's like a niche. I think there's a niche maximum, so to speak, in certain ways. And I don't know. I don't have exact data on that. Kurt, what's up, brother? Thank you so much for being here. John, what's up? What's up? Medics man, what's up? What's up? Thank you guys for being here. I greatly appreciate it. You guys hit the bullseye with that podcast. Can't wait to hear your next one. Yeah, I appreciate it, Curtis. Yeah, I think we got something there. I really love the community engagement. Like I said, there's I like talking, as you guys know. I like sharing my stuff. I like sharing my experience and everything like that, and hopefully you guys get value from it. But at the same time, there are so many people in this community that, like, especially right now, with all the stuff that has gone on, like I'm not happy that any of the drama has gone on, but I am happy that people have started to like speak. You know what I mean? And like, we need to hear what people think, because it's so dangerous to like assume shit. It's so dangerous to assume what the whole ass community of millions of people are thinking and what they want without actually hearing from them. and I've seen it too many times, and I've experienced it here, and it's just like I'm so glad that people are actually speaking. It's unfortunate that it took like that type of event to seemingly like get more people kind of active, you know, wherever on X or anything like that. But it's just I don't know. I think it's a net positive. Like not the whole thing, but I think that part of it, people talking, is always better. Because I do think that everyone should have like an opinion on things if they choose to have one. I think that should all be heard. I'm not saying your opinion is all in every situation is always going to be like acted upon, because that doesn't make any sense, right? Like you can't have 16 different opinions like all end up getting manifested. But I do think that that's one of the things that WP Townhall specifically is kind of giving us a little bit of an opportunity to do. It's not just like me and Kevin talking, or me, Kevin, and a guest talking. It's other people as well asking questions, giving their thoughts. Hopefully, it turns into something really cool. That'd be great. It's already dope. I'm very excited that we're doing it. John, thank you so much. I appreciate that, man. I'm gonna have to put that as a little testimonial. Is Sure Members a dynamic data plugin like ACF? Maybe I've seen that wrong. So Bob, I need to look into Sure Members more. I have a few of the other Sure family products. Just saw they're coming out with Sure emails too. They're doing everything. They got quite the ecosystem going on there. I don't believe that's the case though. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, because I haven't used it. My understanding of Sure Members though is it's like a member press type thing. It seems like, because of all the other things, and now even Sure Dash kind of in alpha now and coming, is that I believe Sure Members, the main functionality of Sure Members is like basically the content restriction part of it. I don't know if you've ever used, to answer your question directly, it's not ACF, from what I understand. It's not ACF. It's not Jet Engine. It's not a dynamic data plugin. Sure Members is about restricting member content and doing things like, saying that certain users on your website can only see certain things. And just real quick while we're on this topic. So like easy content paywalls, like drip feed content, secure digital downloads, which some of this stuff I feel like is actually kind of it just starts to overlap because they're doing so many cool things. But if you want to like sell courses and stuff like that, I think that that's all kind of like baked into here. I haven't done too many tutorials on this yet, just because this is one of those things that I really want to do, and I just would like to do it for myself and show you guys at the same time, like kind of build in public type shit. And I just haven't fully formulated that, because maybe I haven't asked you guys directly enough what you need, or I haven't just like assumed enough what you need. But yeah, I would say that from everything I understand, good question, but this is not an ACF equivalent type thing. It's more for managing content and putting up paywalls and doing all that sort of stuff. So it would depend on what you want to do. Yeah, not CPTs. Got it. Perfect. I know I'm a little behind here in the chat. Solo AI website builder owned by Mozilla now is getting pretty popular pretty quickly. All AI, no code, and drag and drop. I don't know what that was in specific reference to, but I mean, whatever it is, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, I feel like there's so much. I just don't want to be naive. That's what I don't want to be. I want to be as objective as possible. I can't predict the future. I want to be as critically thinking as possible. I don't want to be naive. I don't want to be the guy, and maybe this is because of my age. I could totally understand how people have been in WordPress for 15, 20 years, and like they think that this is going to be it forever. I totally get that, and it might absolutely be right. I'm not saying I'm right on any of this shit. I'm just saying that my feel is that the world is changing, for better, for worse, whatever. And I feel like I'm not seeing more people say that they want to go out and build websites. I'm seeing more people go out and say like, I want to build a business, or I want to like sell something. And what I'm seeing in response to that is not large companies saying, hey, here are tools to do that. They're more saying like, hey, like here's a way to do that requires basically no effort for you to do that. Because if I'm thinking, this is actually, again, I don't know if you guys like this shit or not, but I love this. This is one of those things is like, I feel like we are so, a lot of times when you're so deep into something, maybe I'm not speaking for everyone, but me, when I'm so deep into something, I often forget about the outside perspective of like what we're actually doing, what we're actually talking about. Like, why would the average person be like, hey, I'm gonna go learn how to build a website? I don't even understand why I did that, to be honest with you. Like, why did I think back then, okay, I wanna like, my thought was I want to build a website. It wasn't like I want to sell a product. But how many people are like, I just want to make money? Money wasn't the motivating factor for me. I was at a job and I was making fine money. It was like 50 grand or something like that at the time. And I was like, this is fine money wise. Like, I'm not like rolling in money, but I was like living at home at that time. I was saving money. I was, investing and all that sort of stuff. But I absolutely fucking hated my life. It was just awful. Now, I a random thing is I think maybe that jaded me a little bit into thinking all jobs would suck. So that's an aside. But my point is, like, I was like, I want to do my own thing because I know that I can do good things. I have good ideas, but like it's just not working out. So then that's where, this all stemmed from. But my thought was, here's the thing. There's different types of people. There's different types of like mindsets. And I wasn't of the mindset that, oh, I'm going to leave this job and I'm going to go make money. Like that was obviously part of it, but it wasn't that. It's like I had enough money to like live. It wasn't like I was leaving to make more money necessarily. I knew I could do that long term, but I was leaving to find happiness or to be more fulfilled in my journey and in the things that I was doing today, which did kind of work. But then you get to the point where you're like, okay, well, I was learning how to do stuff. That was great and everything like that. But then you come back to it. This is just my journey that I'm literally sharing with you, okay? Then I come back to it and I'm like, oh, fuck, wait, I actually do have to make money. Which maybe this isn't you guys. Maybe this is, maybe this isn't you guys. Maybe you're just straight up on the money thing. But like that was me. And that was my trajectory there. And now it's like, okay, well, that's good. I'm doing things that like I enjoy. I have the freedom, everything like that. But you do have to also monetize it, which is a whole different kind of like beast. And I'm not saying I haven't made money. I made money, but I'm saying like it all kind of comes together like that. And like as you age and continue to mature, like that's kind of what happens. So I don't know where I was going with this. I think I went off the tangent on the WordPress thing and people making money, but I'm talking like this is the type of philosophy, psychology type shit that I think just is actually the source of a lot of the stuff that we see, and a lot of times we don't go deep enough to actually understand like why things are happening and like where the actual root causes of the things that we're seeing that we do or don't like stemmed from. That's my thought. And I don't I like I said, I don't want to be naive in thinking that things are always going to be the way they are. Change is inevitable. And you know, I don't want to, I'd rather be finding and thinking about like kind of the next things than just like being like, oh yeah, this is never going to change. I'm going to always be like this. This is always going to be good. So I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at right there. Yeah. Back to the chat. Dan, I think, yep, exactly with the ACF stuff. I appreciate that. Why did it come up then with, I think it's dynamic. That's a good question. I think it, yeah. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. I think it came up here because it's like I don't even know. I didn't put these categories together. I probably wouldn't have said dynamic plugins. I probably would have said like dynamic data plugin. And then if that was the case, ACF, Crockablock, Metabox, ACPT, Toolset. Haven't heard of Paymatic. The trouble with this is like there's so many different categories. A lot of stuff does kind of like run in line together. It is dynamic. It's not really dynamic data, but it has some dynamic features to it for sure. I would have categorized them different, but that's a good catch there, Bob. That's just not how I would say. Toby said, when you niche down, it's a very good thing, but when the niche is too small, you can only get so much bigger. That's exactly what I'm kind of feeling. Yeah, it's a great way to put it, Toby. Time to start a paid community. Brendan, do not tempt me. Do not tempt me because I want to do that, but I don't know. I want to make sure it's valuable. WordPress is larger tools people use as a plethora. You would get a ton more engagement when you cover more tools, but humanly can't keep that. Yeah, can't really keep that up. It's tough. Sure, email someone. Gee, it's Christmas. I don't know anything too much about it. I'm not sure what. I just saw like a couple posts. I don't know too heavily what's up there. I've been looking for a way to manage mail design and a system. Yeah, I don't. I'd have to look into it. Do they already have a thing here? I'll take a quick look. It's probably not even. Might not even be indexed yet. I literally saw it in one post. Sure emails, sure emails. Join the waitlist, sureemails.com. Real quick, what do we got here? Fail-proof email deliver. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is this an SMTP plugin? Oh, set up, monitor, and manage your WordPress emails. Oh, interesting. I didn't think that was going to be. I thought this was going to be an email marketing platform. Didn't know that. I feel like I did know it, but I didn't. I feel like I was told that this was coming, but I don't remember. But anyway, that's interesting. Sureemails.com. Okay. I don't know what that's going to look like. Join the waitlist if you would like to see that. SMTP is one of those things that like I feel like is just so. It's not confusing, but it's so like at this point, why do we still have to deal with this? Like there's that from what I understand, there's that stupid WP mail function that never works or whatever, and then you need an SMT thing. But the problem is like anytime I talk about this, it's always like, well, what hosts do you have? Because like I think like for instance, GridPane takes care of that for me. I don't even need to think about it, and it's like I'm sure a lot of managed hosts do that now too. So it's I don't know, it's crazy. Okay, where are we at here? It's TemplateMonster. There you go. Probably should have put that in the beginning. There you go. There's the awards. Where did that go? Okay. What lawsuits are you speaking of, Mark? I don't have any lawsuits yet. Nobody sue me. I'm not asking to get sued. Okay, I was talking about we were going to get to some of the WordPress stuff. Because I think there's been some updates and I'm not fully educated on them. We can slide over there real quick. If you just type in WordPress on X, this is how I get all my news. No, I'm just kidding. This, and then also great content creators on YouTube. And then some content creators that are on like Webflow and shit that just use this as an opportunity to like shit on WordPress and steal customers. That's always a fun one too. I do my best, guys. Real quick, I do my best, guys, to try to not speak out of my depth. I do a lot of hypothesizing for sure, but like I try to like say like I don't know if this is true. You tell me if I'm wrong. It's so crazy when like and I understand why people do it because they're like trying to sell shit, but it's like when you say something and you're like you got to internally think like I believe this, but I don't know if it's true. And it's just so funny to see it from specifically from like Webflow and like Wix people, and I can't remember who specifically I was watching, but I'm not going to shout them out anyway, but it was like, they're saying WordPress is this X, Y, and Z, and it's like you totally leave out the good parts. It's like just you're being so disingenuous, which is again why it's like very difficult. I'm trying to be empathetic. It's very difficult to ever do a comparison, right? If you're trying to sell Webflow, you're obviously going to kind of shit on WordPress. Like I kind of get it. We kind of do it the opposite way, but I try to be as fair as possible in the comparisons. It's like the beautiful part of like Webflow and everything or XYZ is like the experience is going to be way fucking better. It's like way easier, way more straightforward because that's you see what you get. It's just like Apple and Android in a lot of ways. It's a little different now, but in the heyday, it's literally exactly like that. You know what you're going to get. It's mostly going to work. If it doesn't work, you're totally fucked, but it's going to work, for the most part. And then with WordPress, I mean, again, open source is the big one that we're continuing to lean on. But again, if you know what you're doing, it's still going to work very well. It's robust and all that sort of stuff. I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah. So that's I don't know. It's just always funny to see that. Is kind of my opinion, especially when there's strife. So it's just been fun to watch. Anyway, if you search WordPress, you can kind of see some of the stuff. I don't know the details. There was I know WP Minute Matt Medeiros did there's like an AI generated like podcast type thing here somewhere. I think I can find it real quick. If you want to listen to this, it was an update on, where is it? Here, right here. Automatic chord update. I think this was from Right Now. I'm pretty sure it was from Right Now. Because I know he's done stuff like this before. But it's like AI generated like a little recap of everything. So that was kind of interesting to see. But if we go back here, basically, I think what happened, there's a couple things. Like the judge said that the injunction kind of like went to WP Engine. Again, I have not read all this, so just looking here, I'm giving you the high level. It kind of went towards the WP Engine side, and then the thing that I saw that was really funny was over in, I believe in post status. I think this is Matt Mullenweg right here. This gone, which is I don't even. It's funny. I don't know if he did that, if the admins did that. I don't know. I'm not in post status. This is Slack, but it's hard to imagine like wanting to continue working with WordPress after this. I'm sick and disgusted to be legally compelled to provide free labor and organization, and then I hope you all get what you and WP Engine wanted. It's just kind of crazy at this point to see like where this is headed. This is the type of shit though that like honestly. Okay, real talk for a second. All right, how could you possibly call yourself like a highly leveled business acumen person if you look at this shit and you're not like the slightest bit concerned? Okay, I'm not saying that like WordPress is going anywhere. I'm just saying like that is the guy that built the fucking thing and has basically the final say, and you are not like somewhat concerned about that. It's not a personal thing. It's not like a personal thing against anyone. I'm not saying that like it's like like you should hate Matt Mullenweg or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if you think about it, this is really where I'm at. Okay, I'm 28 years old, and this is where I'm at. I have to provide for like my wife, my future family, and all this sort of stuff. And I'm looking at this, and I'm like, this is at minimum like 10% concerning. You know what I mean? Like it's not is it we're not playing games here. Like this isn't something like there's a lot of people that rely on this fucking technology, and this guy has done right in a lot of ways rightfully what he's kind of able to do. Again, I'm not trying to take sides one way or the other. Don't think about a fucking side. Think about your fucking self. Okay? So that's where I'm at. And it doesn't mean that you should just jump ship. It just means like that is the perspective that I have. Maybe I'm a little too individualist for most people, but like I can't help anyone else if I am in a fucking terrible situation because of whatever reason. That's the way that I think. It might not be the way that you think. I'm totally happy to hear you guys out too, because I would love to be educated and continue to evolve as well and continue to be enlightened. But I can't see something like that and not react in a way that's like, ugh, you know what I mean? It's just like I know we've been talking about this for a long time, but just seeing it and actually feeling it and then thinking about not how it's affecting you, not how it's just affecting the community, but like how it's affecting each individual like situation personally. You know what I mean? Like it's it seems like a real thing. It seems like something that could actually have an effect on your business as an agency owner, as a product owner, as somebody that just teaches WordPress. So what I'm thinking. Could be wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully nothing happens. I don't know. But that's the way to think about it. So yeah. But yeah, other random is there any other random lawsuit update type stuff? Daniel always with the funny comments here. They said remove this checkbox. When was this? December 10th. Theo here. None is persuasive. Yeah. Defendant's counter for arguments. Yeah, I think basically high level, I think the judge basically was like, yeah, you can't really be doing that shit. It's kind of like WP Engine isn't doing that. Oh, I didn't even realize patch stack one. Nice. Yep. Yeah, okay, I guess they left it. So I don't know. You guys can look into more of this stuff if you have more questions. I mean, we can look at some other stuff too, but that's kind of where I'm at on that. Hopefully that resonated with you. I'm not saying you have to agree. I'm just saying like hopefully you understand, like kind of my thoughts on that. I feel like even if everything imploded, we would have enough. And these comments are a little behind. I apologize. That's on me. I like to talk, and I get lost in the chat. You guys are so engaging. Thank you so much. I feel like even if everything imploded, we have enough existing tools to keep building WP past our lifetime. Still, implosion would suck. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I mean, I think that I think that the community is really strong. It's just really unfortunate the community is the thing that seems to be like getting slammed the most here. And then like, kind of because of that, it's like, the community is also kind of like the customers and the builders of the thing. So if that is getting hit, then, all these tools are great, but as we know with WordPress, they're only great if they keep getting maintained. would be my thought process. When I started, I was a 14-hour day job that stressed me out. The web was a distraction, a hobby. Then I figured out I was good at it. Yeah, I mean I feel like that's kind of similar for me. I feel like I don't know. I just like to build. I like to build websites. When I learned how to like that I could build a website, I was like enamored by that. Um, and it's kind of gone from there. But it's just interesting because I feel like it's good to not necessarily do things just for money. But I know there's a lot of archetypes out there. And is real quick to go back to the other random stuff we were talking about that's all related. There's a lot of archetypes out there, many in this community, that are driven by money, not because they're greedy, but because they they might have not had it, or they might have like had like a difficult like whatever past personal like childhood, whatever like that. Fortunately, unfortunately for me, like I wasn't like I was absolutely we were not rich, but like I wasn't like in any sort of strife. So like I don't have that. Like I have to somehow find that and create that fucking like fire to just like want to just absolutely like work myself to the bone and hustle and just like be smart as fuck and like make money. It's a really weird thing that I'm just telling you guys transparently, is something that I've like gotten to the point now where I've realized about myself, and I have to like figure out like, oh wow, I actually need to like really want to make sales and like want to sell shit and actually like go that extra mile to do those types of things, because it is inherent. Like I want to be successful, but like I don't think like I'm a stone cold killer just because of like where I came from. It's like a lot of people are like running from where they were because they never want to go back. And unfortunately, I was comfortable. It's like it's comfort, and this is the problem. I mean, again, it's all related. The comfort level thing, okay, is like we're so comfortable here. And comfort is dangerous sometimes because you get so comfortable that like, oh, WordPress and is never gonna go away, and nothing bad's ever gonna happen. We're on cloud nine here, everything's going great. And as soon as you get like complacent, it's fucking bad. Like it could be really, really bad. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. I think I'm trying to understand all that and not have that happen. This is why I follow you. That I can very much resonate with the idea you share. I appreciate that, Toby. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. I'm not wrong. They have ACF as number one. Crocoblogs that has to be incorrect. Oh yeah, I don't. Again, I think it was a. I know I probably answered that after. I think it's a just categorical weirdness. I think you have a great perspective regarding looking down the road. Just don't let life happen to you. I'm speaking from experience. Yeah, I feel that. I try to balance it. Just be a community leader. You will provide value for sure, and we'll be. I appreciate that, Curtis. Thank you so much, man. Thank you very much. Yep, sure. Emails, the antitrust stuff. Yeah, I don't. It's quite wild. Speaking of Webflow, they upped the prices again and removed features. There's a great. I don't actually want to say this because like I wasn't the one that said this, but there's a great line, conveniently enough, from as we're talking about AI and all these other things, from iRobot. If you guys haven't seen iRobot, you should watch it because you may live it here soon. That's a joke, hopefully. Anyway, there's a great line in there where Will Smith goes, like he barges in, he pops the one of the robot things, and he's like, I use this meme so often. It's like, somehow I told you so just doesn't quite say it, and it's just so funny because like anytime you want to say I told you so, but it's like it's even worse. It's great. It's so funny. But I'm laughing about that situation now. Hopefully, I'm not crying about that situation later. But that is, I think that's how I would probably respond to, or how a lot of people could respond to that situation with Webflow. Yeah, was that really Matt Gagne? That's considering, but super fun. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not in that thing. I heard it from multiple sources. You can see it now. I'm sure it's corroborated because there's actual articles on the injunction and on that specifically. I think like people like are saying like he stormed out of a community or whatever. Yeah, so yeah, it's fun times in the WordPress kingdom here. Maybe Matt's real plan is to drive people to other hosting companies. Sure seems like that's his motivation. Vendors. I mean, there's a level of this that like I totally understand, and then there's a level of where I'm like, you know what I mean? You gotta think. You don't know like we never know all the details and everything like that, but you gotta know you gotta think of like just like this is one of the times where like I feel like you hypothesize a little based on critical thinking, and then you try to like corroborate that evidence or that thinking, just the way that I would go about it. And it's like Automatic owns hosting companies. Like, I mean, Automatic is effectively kind of a hosting company in some ways. I mean, they got like they own, invested in, partnered with like, you know, different companies like that. And it makes sense they want to make more money. Like I am not there like we're talking about money. We all have to make money. Do we all have to make like millions and millions and millions of dollars? I don't know. But there comes a time I feel like in there, and it's hard to know because you don't get to those types of places in money, like dollar figures, without having the money sense. Like you don't get that place with like maybe it happens like randomly, but like if you're thinking about making money for years and years and years, and you make a lot of money, I feel like it's very difficult, hypothesis, to stop that thinking. Like to just turn that shit off. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine like going from like 0 to 500 million and being like, okay, now I'm just going to stop? I know that's like, that should seem like, oh yeah, we would definitely do that. But like, I'm trying to be empathetic. I don't know if that's possible. I'm not saying that's necessarily what's going on either. I'm just saying that I don't know if you could actually do that. I wonder myself. It's like, oh, I've made all this money. I had to work hard, but it happened. Maybe I can make another 500 million or another billion or something like that. I just don't know if that's like when you get to that human level of that and you've worked so hard and done that. So I totally get it from that level. That said, the reason this is so weird is because it's kind of like a slight it's kind of like both sides of it though. It's like you know, capitalism, money and all that sort of stuff, but it's also like open source and like just like everybody love everybody do everything, everything's like free, not free necessarily, but like everything's like free to use type way, or like free to see at least, and all that sort of stuff. It's just hard to balance. It's hard to balance. It's hard to be like extremely good at communicating exactly what you mean in that case, because like every single situation is kind of contradictory to other situations. um I don't have answers. I just, you know, I just observe. But yeah, I mean, is the plan to take people to other hosting companies? I mean, in a vacuum, the answer is yeah. I've looked at this site several times. They took I freaked. Yeah, I didn't freak out. Maybe you could probably classify it as a freak out, but I definitely was critical of this like a few weeks ago. This site has been redone. This shit has been going on since we were in ground zero at WordCamp, and this site has been redone already. You know what I mean? This is another one of those situations where if you're an investor into like a WordPress, or you're just like you invest your time, energy, your time into a platform, and WordPress, Automatic, and all that sort of stuff. Think about the reality of this situation. This website has been redone in the same amount of time that like in all this time that's going on, right? And like it kind of comes down to what do you think the time spend should be? You know what I mean? Like this website here has been redesigned in twice in a few months. Again, I've said it before. This is a cool site. Like I really like what's going on here. I don't know if it's built in WordPress, but this is a cool site. Like dynamically and everything, super cool. But it's been redesigned, and it's just like, why are we spending time on this? That's my look. I'm not, again, and I also said this last time. The same people that build this site are probably not the same people that are like working on WordPress. That's not the point. The point is that like a company is devoting resources to doing shit like this when they could be devoting more resources to building you a better product. That's the bottom line. So you can think about that however you want. That's one way to think about it though. I'm not saying that's the end all be all either. I'm just saying that's one piece of this puzzle. Okay. So to answer that question, they're obviously looking to move people off and onto different hosts. It's not just their host though either. Like I mean they're fine with everyone. The enemy in the crosshairs is obviously WP Engine for the bunch of reasons that like Matt has described. But like on that website there, it wasn't just it was pressable. Let me go back to it real quick. It was up at the top here. Okay, pressable promo, Bluehost promo, SiteGround promo, Hostinger promo. Like I think all of those are somehow, they say promo on them. I think they're all somehow either, I know Pressable and Bluehost are Hostinger, I think is SiteGround on that website now? I don't think so. But again, the other ones, you know, they're not just putting their stuff on there. So I don't know. It's a fun time. This is an interesting time. I don't know if that website either had anything to do. I didn't see any updates with that on the injunction stuff, but we'll see. We should all be aware of where this can end up, Matt and WP Engine, with all their money, and not really concerned about any of us, man. You best have a backup plan. Yeah, I think that's an extremely wise thing to do, and that's not abandoning the community. That's not abandoning your friends and your colleagues in this community. That's not even abandoning WordPress as a platform. It's not even abandoning Matt. It's just you know, look out for yourself. Look out for yourself, your family, and everything that you're doing there, because anything can happen at any time when WordPress.org is, I don't know the legal changings of any of this sort of stuff. If there's been any like thoughts on this legally, but I mean, last time I heard, the WordPress.org is Matt Mullenweg's personal site. MarkSmancy.co is my personal site. As much as you like the shit on there, I could take it down at any time. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. Got to be good at using other options. Yep, diversify is a really good strategy. I feel as though a real professional designer developer provides the majority of the value for a client before they even install WordPress. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would say that. I think we're, you know, I don't want to go super deep in the, I mean, we can go more into the AI stuff, but like, as far as the AI things go, I think that that's going to change a little bit too, though. I think that a lot of people, once they start getting good at like understanding how to utilize AI, I've already gotten better than I was, much better than I was a few months ago utilizing AI. And it's like a muscle in your brain that like you have to train for prompting and things like that. But it's really a creativity muscle, which is something that I'm not very good at. I'm not a designer. I don't really have that talent too heavily. And the thing is, you have to train it though, because you have to think about the tools that are out there. Really, the intake for this is you have to think about the tools that are out there, and then you have to think about like what they have access to, and then what you're trying to do, and which tool is best for it, and then how to utilize that tool best. The reason this is pertinent to the comment here is because I do think that as time goes on, I'll give you a real world example. You want to you follow a creator, okay? Let's just use a big creator. Let's use an Alex Hormozy or something. You follow Alex Hormozy, you know he does great business content. You have a specific question for him, okay? You have a very, very specific question for him. Let me see if I can do a real-time example. Okay? The premise of this, and this again goes back to Curtis's question or Curtis's thought process here. Is there a better pertinent example though? Real professional designer developer provides majority of the value. I don't disagree with this. I'm just saying be cognizant of what's going to happen next. Okay. I mean, even like this, like again, like there's levels to this. I'm not trying to diminish the value of real people. I'm just saying that some people are going to do stuff like this. You are a web designer, expert, whatever. You know, give me advice on what I should do. What kind of website I should create. What kinds of things should be on my website for my bakery or some shit. Okay. Terrible prompt. Okay. I'm just trying to do this as fast as possible. But there's this, right? And then there's the secondary thing where you could actually go one step further and you could say, all right, actually, you know, I trust your stuff here, whatever, Gemini or Claude or whatever, but you could go like this. You could say, okay, you could say like, I actually really trust Alex Hormozy's business advice. You know a lot about how Alex Hormozy, right? What would Alex Hormozy do in this particular situation? And then give a specific example. Now, the words that Gemini comes out prompts or, you know, responds with are not going to be exactly Alex Hormozy's advice, but they're going to be the advice of like the aggregate of everything it knows about him and apply different pieces of his answers to that thing. So I'm not saying that the value of humans, I'm hoping, is not going to like go down or whatever. But this thing, knowing everything I or somebody else has said, is going to make it a little different. And I'm not sure I have an answer for that other than just try to continue to be authentic and as human as possible and hope to God that humans do not start to care. Like they utilize the tools, but they don't value the tools more than they do human connection, interaction, communication. That's kind of where I'm at there. But as it stands right now, I do agree with you, Curtis. I do think that this is that there is a lot of value in having an actual professional, not just WordPress. Because again, WordPress just sitting there is not, we know how difficult that can be from just a user perspective. So we need somebody that can actually pilot that. I do think it's going to change though. I do think it's going to continue to change. Yep, a good percentage of value is not in the tool. Automatic engine has yet to file their answer. Automatic engine. Is automatic engine or do we mean WP engine there? Focusing on choosing your own hosting and pay what you want for it. Again, geez, what was that in response to? Okay, in the Webflow stuff. Yeah. Yep, I feel that. I know you are not going to dox you, but you're doing great. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, man. Hit me up on the side. As a big advantage of WP over closed garden products. I think we're back. Are we back on the Webflow stuff? I'm sorry, I'm so behind on these. They're not like us. They live in a different world. They're different worlds. Yeah. I understand what you're saying. Web Studio. I've heard of Web Studio. I haven't tried it yet. It's a good compromise between Webflow and open source. I heard something about what the hell is this thing called? Headway? Is it called Headway? Nope, that's not it. I know Headway's it's some sort of therapist thing. It's something like this. It's like something like website builder. I saw this somewhere. No, it is Headway. Hang on. World class B2B SaaS consultant. No, maybe not. I'd have to find it here. There's another one. I'm just trying to give you guys different ideas. Not saying to jump ships. Don't clip me. Where is? I'm looking at a Slack group right now. Hang on. Yeah. What is this? You've It is called Headway. What the hell? Okay. There is something like called Head. Okay, I don't know what this is. This is like Headway, some sort of thing. I thought it was something different. It's like some sort of like Squarespace meets like WordPress type thing, but I think it's like older. I don't know if it's really a thing anymore. I thought they were supposed to take that. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe at some point. Any tips for using LatePoint with dynamic data service loops? Is it even possible? I'm gonna need more context there. Nice, got the lifetime license. I'm gonna need more context, tutor, but I have some ideas in my head of what you could do, but I'm wondering like what specifically you need, because I actually told Tamika about that. I was like, you should try to make these like the cool thing. I'll tell you this: the cool thing about like the way that Jet appointment works is that and Jet booking, but Jet appointment specifically, is that you make them as basically kind of a custom post type thing, like each meeting type, and then you can utilize those in different ways, and it's good, pros and cons to it. But I would love to see like each one of the services in LatePoint be like kind of custom post type ish. But I think right now you're kind of like limited in the sense to that it all has to it's still in WordPress, but it has to operate in the LatePoint vacuum, so to speak. So I would look into this right here specifically, something like this. This is probably where I've spent a lot of my time with the LatePoint stuff, like all the short codes and everything like that, because this seems like this is what you're getting right here. Like you're getting a lot. It's really good, and it's dope that it's all in WordPress and it looks nice. It's just I don't know if there's like actual services that you could do. Off the top of my head, a little clunky. One thing that I could think of without diving too deep into this, because I haven't tried, I think exactly what you're saying, is you could have a service. What I don't like about LatePoint right now, from what I remember, is that like if you wanted to send somebody to a service page, or if you want to say send somebody to book a, and teeth whitening thing right here, right? Then there's no page for that. Like you have to create the actual form or whatever in that way. What I would love to see is a way to dynamically do that, but at minimum, what I would do is I would just put one of these shortcodes specifically for that service on a page. Like I've already done that for different types of meetings that I have. It's just like slash meeting type, or like I'll have like maybe I'll have a custom post type that's separate from this, and then I'll have the meeting type. It's duplicate. It's kind of a little bit of repeating myself, which I don't like. But at least that way I can have like a page, and then that page will just be like, it'll just have something more like this right here, where it's just pick your stuff and go through. So I think Laypoint's the best option so far for me, but there are some things that I think could continue to get better. But also I would say join Discord, because there's a ton of interaction there from the team, and they're always asking about like feedback and different things like that, and you can always throw things in there. That would just be my high level on that. Where are we at here? Yeah, I did hear that as well. Obviously, I'm on the advisor board for Etch. Yeah, I'm not like worried about the Etch team. I'm not worried about Etch as a product. When it's ready to go, I'm definitely going to use it as much as I can, try to make as much content on it. I'm not worried about that because I know that Kevin's a smart guy, and he knows what's going on, and Kevin will like not fail. He's just not going to. So if there ever comes a time where something, we need to pull a ripcord, like I literally asked him this direct question, like, is it like kind of like, is it independent of WordPress and everything like that? I'm sure it would not be like a super like snap your fingers type thing to move it to a different CMS or anything like that. But that was my initial concern based on the timing of everything, and it's doable. It's more of like the JS framework, I think, Svelte, right? So there's options there. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it at all. Alien drones over the East Coast. How? Just kidding. No, that's legit. Yeah, there's like SUV sized drones over New Jersey. I need to look into that because I live in Pittsburgh. We're on the east. Okay, great. What's late point though? Come on, Toby. No, I'm just kidding. Hang on. Let me craft an affiliate link here real quick. Here we go. Booyah. There we go. marksmansky.co/latepoint. It's like a Calendly equivalent. Calendly, Cal, similar to Jet Appointment. It's just an appointment booking plugin that I really like because it's all built into WordPress. So yeah. Yep. Where are we at here? Creating a CPT for Latepoint services. Yeah, I mean, I would again just manually do it. Web Studio, definitely check out Brennan's channel on Web Studio videos. He needs to teach me the ways of the Web Studio. It's Astra. Yeah, it's a part of the Shure team. It's a part of like Astra and everything like that. Adam's squad. I was thinking of creating a CPT and creating a field for the shortcode. Yeah, that's definitely an option. I did that with Calendly. I did like a meetings shortcode, and then I did all the things in there, and then I created the stuff in Calendly, and then use a code field or just like just text field or whatever, and then you could obviously drop that in however you need to. That would probably be the best way that I could think of right now at this current time of this. So yeah, what else we got here? I want to show you guys some other cool things that I have seen recently and have gone over. Let's go over here real quick. Also, state of the word, 4 a.m. Eastern. Hopefully it's a better time for you guys wherever you are at. Very interesting to see that. I might actually have to wake up at 4 a.m. to watch that because I want to see that live because I want to see how good or how bad that's going to go. That's really interesting. That will be extremely interesting. I don't know if you saw this one, but again, everyone is hopping on this AI thing, which I think makes total sense. But like, it was Ryan Welcher here versus Nick Diego, and like they were doing like AI versus like just regular coding, which is extremely like it's not even fair, like in the slightest. So it's kind of crazy. But yeah, so let me go back over here real quick. Anything else? Apparently, you can make it snow now on WordPress.com with just one button. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, interesting. And I want to show you guys this real quick. So JournoRobo. This is from James Brooks. Had a nice chat with him yesterday. This is kind of a cool thing that I'm test driving right now, and if you guys want to go check it out, you can as well. If you go to JournoRobo.com, this is like the concept here is if you want to get backlinks for you or your clients, backlinks are really like just like I didn't really understand what a journalist request was, but I have some examples now to show you. So basically, the way the platform works is you come in here and you can take a look at all this stuff here, but I'll just give you a back room look at it and everything. Is you come in here and you create a persona, right? So you say like, I'm gonna do myself, but you got to think like this could be yourself if you're trying to get more appearances and just like kind of get your really. I'll explain what you're actually getting, what you actually be getting notified for. But in my mind, this is like if you want to increase the persona of the brand awareness of yourself, a client, a company, something like that. Like that's kind of the way that I think about it. That's the first high level of why you want to use something like this. So if you come in here, like your persona, you'd add a new persona and it would ask you some questions. It's going to ask you like area of expertise, professional background, passionate topics, unique perspective, and then like topic preferences. This is adding a new persona. Again, you could have multiple of these. It doesn't just have to be yourself or anything like that. Once you do this, you just set it and forget it. You put in all this information about like yourself, and then you get alerts. And the alerts come to your email, and then they also come in here and they sit in here. And then you can come down here and you can see all these different ones. I think I got 2 while I was streaming here. Okay, so all of these different alerts are going to get emailed to you. They're going to drop in your back end here of the app, and then you can see what this is like. This is all happening via AI. I'll explain that in a second, but this is what's happening. Tech entrepreneur, perfect for Boston podcast. It's not perfect because my prompts were ass. Okay, you saw how small those little blurbs were in that persona. Make them better, and you'll get better stuff. But it's using AI to scour like the internet, mainly like I think X and different places, and then it's using AI to take your stuff, scour the internet, see if anything kind of matches, and then give you a little write up on like, okay, this is what might be a good opportunity for you to look into. And then this one was interesting to me because even though this again was a Boston podcast or whatever, if I go in here, it goes to X and it grabs this because this is like journal request. This is like part of how it works. But it gives you like this big example here. And then you can go to like, it kind of gives you an example of how to reach out to these people to actually get on the podcast or get on to, into a, they're looking for people to write about or get quotes from or anything like that. I've only gotten a few of these so far. Okay. But the point is like, it has a database of all this stuff that it's pulling from. It's grabbing, it's creating these things. And then it's basically matching me up based on what I said. So again, this is bad because I didn't put in a great, example. I didn't say like Pittsburgh or anything like that, but it's really cool. It's a really cool concept. I know, James has been working hard on this. He's gotten a lot of really cool feedback from it. So I'm just playing with it. Just something, again, cool. So that you can kind of check out. So if you go to JournoRobo.com, I think the pricing is like $29, $49, $99, depending on what you need there. Yeah, I mean, yearly, monthly options, pretty standard stuff, but it's pretty cool. I think there's definitely some ways to do it as an agency if you want to do more of like an SEO type play for clients or like brand, type kind of like brand management. Yeah, so that is just something that I want to share with you guys because I've been kind of piloting that just really today. So yeah. Other than that, I mean, crazy time to be in WordPress, crazy time to be in web design in general. I don't know what's going to happen next. I'm very, 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 very interested in AI. I think we have a lot of really cool things coming up here. And again, all the sentiments, I'm going to throw this clip. I'll tell you actually, guys, right now. Let me go to it. As soon as I get off here, I'm gonna take this recording of this video, and I'm gonna throw it into Opus Clip right here. If you want to get this, marksmansky.co/opus clip. And I'm going to throw it in here. And then I'm going to go into, like, once it's done processing, I'm going to go into this and I'm going to grab all of those good topics that I had where I was like ranting on shit. And it's going to automatically create all these for me. And I'm going to go boom, boom, download and publish directly to my social media accounts directly from here. That's what I'm going to do. And that's all. And most of that process is going to be done with AI and automation, just based on this one tool here, Opus Clip. marksmancy.co/Opus Clip. Type it in right now, just in case you guys want that. And you want to support the channel. There you go. So yeah, that is what I'm going to do next. The thesis is I don't want to get left behind. I know there's a lot of stuff out there. I know the world is moving fast. Actually, real quick, I want to look at one more thing while we're on the stream. Start now. Is it going to work? Yep, we're going to look at this real quick. Another AI thing. So this is that one of the things that sparked me was like Sora. So like auto-generated video content. And that was from that MKBHD video. And I don't know if I can... are you logging into ChatGPT here, or are you logging into... Let me see if I can log into this real quick on a different tab, because I do have ChatGPT, or I did. Let me see real quick. Where do I get to, how do I get to Sora? Let's see here, Sora. Real quickly. Opus Clip for the win. Hell yeah, Kurt. Hell yeah, Kurt. Is this going to work? I don't know if this is going to work. But I know you can't see this right now. Okay, I guess you can't. But yeah, so Sora's going to be big. Just crazy, guys. Like I said, I don't want to get left behind in any way. I don't want to feel like I don't want to have like any regrets about not trying different stuff. So that's kind of what you're going to see from me. I mean, definitely going to be doing some cool WordPress things still, because WordPress is awesome in many ways. But I just, the automation, also the other thing too, I'll tell you, is I'm following this guy, Nick Sarayev, now. And he's really been kind of like inspirational for a lot of different stuff. I'd like to connect with him. But he's just done, even from a YouTube strategy thing, he just like did a bunch of videos and like kind of blew up, and just the types of things that he's talking about just like kind of got me going there too. Like he's big into make.com, a bunch of automation stuff. Just if you can automate more of your stuff, again, it's just like efficiency, more money, more time. I don't know. I gotta do better at it, but that's kind of where I'm at right now. So yeah. Was there anything else on my agenda? We talked about the memberships. We talked about the awards recap, lawsuit, video recap. Pretty much talked about the video recap the entire time here and there. So yeah, appreciate all you guys on the engagement, all the support and everything like that. I got to go respond to like 20 other comments on that video from yesterday. But yeah, this has been great. I'm still enjoying it. I think we have a lot more to say, a lot more to do. I don't know what the future holds, but I'm excited for it. It's coming regardless, though. You know what I mean? It's not going to stop. Just I would encourage you guys to kind of consider the same thing. Don't feel like don't get complacent. Don't be content with being just in the same place ever. Considering all the things that are happening. Don't be okay with being the possibility of being left behind in any stretch. So yeah. What is that? Taja AI from AppSumo, sort of like Opus Clip Ltd. I think you were telling me about that, BOC. Yeah. Definitely check that one out too. I might have to look into it, but I appreciate you guys. I'm going to hop off here. I got some stuff to do. Thank you as always for being here. I greatly appreciate it. Let's keep going. Let's see what happens. I'm excited for it. Thank you guys for being here.